Alright, today we're looking at Kepros Mountain, which is one of the Boise Grand Slam hikes. We're at the trailhead here, and it's about 30 minutes outside of Boise. The trail starts pretty steep, but thankfully it was cold and windy today. I did a side peek first before I got on the actual trail, just because it was very cheatgrassy. You can see that's where it came from. Here's a good view on top of this first peak I just did for fun, and that's where we need to go. So we're back on the main Kepros trail. You can see down below it actually diverges. You can go up or around. I went around, and eventually I will take that other trail back to the road. But this trail is pretty moderate. There's some steepness in some sections, and eventually it turns into a road. There's the one group of people I saw. It's quite open, no shade, just sagebrush until we get to this small section of trees, which you can do a side trail, and I thankfully took that one to actually see some trees. Here's the final stretch until we get to the peak here. Here's the view around. You can see into Lucky Peak Reservoir and Arrow Rock Reservoir. You can't really see too far into the Sawtooth. You can see down south below into kind of the area between Mountain Home and Boise. That's where we came from. There's a little trail register here and a sign. Lots of logs in there. A bunch of random food. Hopefully the animals don't get into it. But it was very windy on top. It took me about 3 hours to get to the peak. Then I went back down. There were some cool rocks I forgot to show. And on the way back, I actually went up the ridge for one of the sections of going around. It was not good because you gain and lose a lot of elevation. I would recommend just going around. Now I got back to this intersection, and I took one of the trails that bypassed the tall ridge, and it's a little overgrown. But it spits you out right at the road and has a little campground area. So I would have probably parked here and skipped all that if I had known about this trail. I don't know how much time it saved or miles, but it was a lot nicer. Then I just walked about 5 minutes up the road back to the truck. The whole thing took about 5-ish hours. Alright, so I rate these hikes using 3 criteria: solitude, scenery, and difficulty. Solitude is how many people are out hiking with you. Scenery are the good views, and difficulty is how hard the hike is. For solitude, I would give it a 7. This is one of the Boise Grand Slams, so it's obviously more popular than other peaks. But it's very long, spread out. You probably won't see a lot of people. Scenery, give it a 5. It's exactly the same the whole way up, just sagebrush, dirt. And even at the top, you don't really get a good view of everything. You're kind of surrounded by the hills. So, 5. Difficulty is a 7. The hardest part here is just the length. There's a couple steep sections, but they're pretty rare. It's kind of just a really long road hike until you get to the very end. So I'd give it a 7. And then the no shade as well is kind of brutal. So if you like this video, clap your toes together. Have a nice day. Goodbye.